I'm so honored with the presence of the Speaker and our Majority Leader, Senator Respicio, who have come to join me in recognizing 45 years of Sanctuary being on Guam, serving the youth of Guam. And Sanctuary is special to me. I mean, I was chairman for a good 10 years of my life, I think, on and off. So it has this very special meaning to me, and I'm very happy that you guys are keeping up the buildings that we put up during that period, and but more importantly, that you're continuing all the services. And so proud of the fact that Sanctuary has continued the services of Nahomlo, of dealing with the drug addiction in this community. And we as senators are especially grateful for that, because we know that if we were to have a government agency responsible for doing the residential treatment of drug addiction for young people, it'd be a lot more costly than having a non-governmental agency, an NGO, do that. So I, as the budget chair, I want to thank you for taking that responsibility. And I want to congratulate Sanctuary. I understand this year, or this summer, you got notification that your federal grant was restored. And thank you very much, because if Senator Respicio had come to me and said, we need to put that in the budget, I would have been hard-pressed to not put it into the budget. Because he still advocates for the youth, and so it's like he comes in, he had that and DYA, and I'm like, Rory, leave me. And so I'm very happy that you were able to get that grant back to save the government again hundreds of thousands of dollars in government funds, local government funds, to underwrite the cost of the residential care for our young people. And as the mother and grandmother of the campaign, with her beautiful little baby, it's no fair, in her campaign, she is especially concerned about what happens to young people. The Speaker is, and so the three of us are always very concerned about what's happening with Sanctuary. We were concerned last year when you didn't have your grants and trying to figure out how you were going to make it through. And so I'm glad that under the new leadership of your board, and I want to thank Nate Timelo for being here, and to please convey to the current board my thanks for all of the hard work that they're doing to continuing the great service that Sanctuary provides. But more importantly, I want to thank you, the staff. I know Sanctuary would be nothing without all of you. And I know that you don't get paid the big bucks, but you have the big hearts. And that part, we really appreciate the fact that you do have that heart to take care of the young people that so desperately need our assistance in this community. And I know people don't believe that it happens on Guam, but it really is tragic how many children are on the streets and in need of assistance. And we as a government want to thank Sanctuary for 45 years of interceding and taking care of them for us. And I want to say that the three of us, and I'm sure all the rest of the legislators and the legislature, will continue to support you in any way that we can. And we hope that you continue all the great service that you're doing. And we just want to congratulate you for 45 years. And Senator Respicio and the Speaker and all the senators joined me in introducing Resolution 499 relative to commending and congratulating Sanctuary Incorporated on the celebration of its 45th year anniversary and to further recognizing the board of directors, staff, volunteers, and supporters of Sanctuary Inc. for their notable contributions to the welfare of the youth and the families of Guam, and in observance of Sanctuary Incorporated month, November 2016. It would take all afternoon to talk about the great services that you provide, and I know that you all have to get back. There are young wards that have to be taken care of, and their lunch has to be addressed. We'll see you at the brunch on Sunday, but I want to really, again, on behalf of the Guam legislature, thank all of you for being willing, and I guess we have some Justice Corps people too. Do you guys still have AmeriCorps kids? And AmeriCorps, the Sanctuary AmeriCorps youngsters that are here. Thank you very much for being willing to take on the study of social work and psychology, and doing your internship at Sanctuary. I'm hoping that it's a good experience for all of you that are there. And please make sure that when you get your degree, that you come back and continue. Said, you can look at an old person and go, oh, who cares about an old person? But having a young mentor, like those of you in Justice Corps, in the AmeriCorps, talking to these young people and having them know that you share not only a similarity in age, but having gone through the same kind of difficulty in growing up in the 21st century. The difficulties of growing up at this time with everything that can go wrong, that does go wrong, that the way that you can mentor them and show them that you can survive it, you can rise above it, you can continue your education, and in fact you can be a great part of the solution, rather than being the problem. You are now being part of the solution. So I want to thank all of you for all that all of you do as young people in the AmeriCorps program. You make all of us proud of that program. And rather than continue to talk, I'll ask the speaker or Senator Respicia want to say anything.
Thank you. When I first came back to Guam, I have to say that the very first group that I ran into was Sanctuary. And they had actually, I'm not going to tell you what year that was, but I was actually registered as and I don't know if it still goes on, as a sanctuary mom, in which if they were full, then they would call me to, house, one of the youth. And the other is that because I also had a former student who was at Sanctuary, then DYA, that one of the things that I was asked was to provide toiletries for the students, and since then I've made it, a personal goal of mine that, to send to Sanctuary always, these individual personalized type of toiletries. And I have to thank the senators who are here. I had asked the vice speaker, Senator Respicia, one time, Senator Munya Barnes, I know that when they travel, is that whatever is given to them, please collect those, because they will go to, our children. And so we're definitely very happy to be a part of, Sanctuary and your successes. And, as the vice speaker said, is that we'll be here definitely to continue to show our support to Sanctuary and all those of you who have provided any form of support, guidance, assistance, to be there for our youth. And of course, under the leadership of Therese, I've heard a lot of good things going on, and she's been working very closely with us. I thank her as well, and her new board members. So congratulations to all of you.
Good morning, everyone. Happy 45th birthday. I thought for sure BJ was going to point out that Sanctuary is older than me. But he didn't want to. But I'm so happy to be here also to recognize the Vice Speaker and his work with the budget to try to make sure that all the services are provided in that budget. And Sanctuary, as he mentioned, is always on the radar. You know, the Vice Speaker brought me back to a time when I was the Director of the Department of Youth Affairs, and it was during that time where we proved that government and non-government organizations can work together, and they should never be in competition of one another. It was a time when cottage homes was brought down to the Department of Youth Affairs, and there was some talk in the legislature back then under a different majority. They said maybe the government should take over the Department of Youth Affairs cottage homes program. And it was Sanctuary at that time that said it wouldn't work because the judge could never remand a youth to a non-government organization, and that's where the partnership existed. And then when Sanctuary had to redo all of its electrical work at its facility, I was very happy to house, as the Director of Department of Youth Affairs, Sanctuary at the Department of Youth Affairs Youth Correctional Facility, but they were on the other side of it was a secured facility, and that there was no problem with those who were remanded at the Youth Correctional Facility. And so over the years, that partnership has grown, and you're 45 years old now as an organization. I want to wish you well in all that you do. To Therese and the Board of Directors and the management and staff and all the AmeriCorps members, you guys really fulfill a service that I will always be respectful of, and that's social work. You go above and beyond 24/7, and that's something that we have to take pause. We always do to recognize everything that's being done. As the board member here said, your chairman said, it's the behind-the-scenes work that keeps the wheels of Sanctuary operating. And so whatever we can do as a legislature, you can count on my support. And happy birthday, everyone.
Yes. Situlas Masi, Vice Speaker, to Therese, to the Board of Directors, to all the employees, to the AmeriCorps members, and Dunkel and Situlas Masi, as an advisory council member and going strong. I just want to say thank you to all of you guys. You know, we talk about the mandates of taking care of troubled youths, but even deeper than that, it's rooted in bringing families back together. And you guys have always done that. And I see all the familiar faces here that have been here forever and ever since. And I just want to say, please continue the good work. Please do not ever give up on our children. But more importantly, all the projects that you guys do together. I mean, there's so many. I just want to say thank you. We're always here. Speaker brought up the concept where she literally asked us to make sure that you keep the amenities so we can make a difference. And your director really shared that with us, that what we give that may be little to us is literally bigger for the family, so really need it. And whether it be amenities, whether it be clothes, whether it just be anything that we can provide from a volunteer standpoint, it goes a long way for you guys in helping you guys do your mission mandate. Senator Respice will talk about social work. You guys even do even more than that. A lot of times you guys take on that big brother, big sister concept, and you just never give up. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. And we're still going to be here forever. And we want to make sure we give to you what you give to them. And that's Undunkle Nasitu Masi. God's blessings to each and every one of you for a job well done. Sanamasi.
Senator Dragon, you wish? I know you.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Speaker, and good morning and half a day, everyone, to the Board of Directors and also to Sanctuary, to all your staff and management. Thank you for all you do. You know, when I was glancing through and I walked in, and I apologize for coming in a little late, obviously. It's a little bit rainy outside. But two things come to mind when I glanced across the room. One is I had an immediate family member who was part of your AmeriCorps and part of your family for a little while. Anyone remember his name? Aside from Samuel? Yes, my son was a member of the AmeriCorps, and he was part of your team for a little while. And he really appreciated it, and he understood the concept and the mission behind Sanctuary. Secondly, when I was glancing around the room, you know, I see individuals. Mr. Vice Speaker, it wasn't me. When I glance around the room, you know, they say a lot of times that the youth are our future leaders. And I see senators in this room in the future. Maybe one of you or two of you will be either governor, lieutenant governor, or be a congressional delegate to the U.S. Congress. And I say that literally because even with the AmeriCorps members, you are providing a direct service, public service to our community under the guise of the AmeriCorps program, an excellent program that was created by President Clinton. But because of that, you now have a good understanding of what public service is all about. You now know that taking the next step, completing your education at the University of Guam or Guam Community College, taking that next step is about owning the future of your island and your community. Take it. Take it because it's yours for the taking, and continue to provide the tremendous service that you provide every single day, day in and day out to our people. You have been incredible. It's been 45 wonderful years of different leadership and management and board of directors, but the mission stays the same, supporting our youth and making sure that we collectively support each other as family members. Thank you, and Ndokulu Nasizus Mas.
I'll now ask the speaker to make the presentation.
On behalf of the 33rd Guam Legislature, and most importantly, the people of Guam, we would like to present resolution number 499 to, of course, the head of, can we have the board member here too, please? Yes, Nick, come over here. To both, of course, and the administration and the board of directors, of course, on the celebration of your 45th year anniversary. Congratulations. Thank you.
All I can say is Undunkalun Nasidos Maasi to the leadership of the Guam Legislature for acknowledging the hard work of my wonderful staff and members at Sanctuary. It's been 45 years. I've had the honor of serving for the last year, and all I can say is that I'm very proud to be part of this organization, this mission of change for our children who just need a little bit more love and caring in the world. And so our pledge to the people of Guam is that we're going to be here for another 45 years while we're all gone. But Sanctuary will be around to catch the ones of the children that need our help. And we're going to do everything we can to continue to serve our people, our children, because they are our future, literally. So thank you very much to the leadership of the Guam Legislature for honoring us with this wonderful resolution, and most especially, thank you very much to my staff and my AmeriCorps members. Thank you so much. Thank you.